here to help your children spread their wings and fly through life. Today we're looking at what you can do or when you need to get help for your 3-year-old. Now, who are 3-year-olds? They learn through experience. They love playing with toys and doing dress-ups. They'll play cooperatively with 2 or 3 people. They enjoy messy play, playing around with the Play-Doh and with mud puddles and in the garden. They love speaking with you and talking and conversing with other people. They can follow 3-step instructions. And they're really becoming confident with their self-care. They're independent and they really love life. These little ones just love getting involved in things. They run everywhere. They love interacting with the world and exploring the world. Now we're going to talk today about their development and when we need to seek help and professional help. Now, early intervention is really important with young children. So if you're really worried, your intuition as a parent is probably the best gauge as to whether you think that your child needs some sort of intervention or some sort of help. Let's just go through really quickly what we can expect for their gross motor movements. They should be able to run, turning sharp corners. They should be able to catch and bounce a ball, go down slides, swing on a swing, balance on one foot, walk on a line, heel to toe when they're walking. They should be able to jump with 2 feet. They should be able to jump over an object, ride a tricycle, climb a ladder, cross the midline. Those are the sorts of gross motor movements that they should be able to do. They should also be able to hold a pencil, draw circle, draw a human being, just a really basic one, a house, a dog, a tree, those sorts of things. They should be able to build a tower of 8 or more levels, hold a pencil, make objects with their Play-Doh, so not just squish it all up, but they should actually be able to like make an octopus or make a house or a dog or a cat or something like that. They should be able to paint, use scissors, use a knife, a fork and a spoon, obviously with supervision from an adult. They should be able to dress themselves, clean their teeth, wipe themselves after they've gone to the toilet. There are some sounds that they really are still struggling with, but mostly they can talk in long sentences. They can use I, you, we, they understand that. They can tell stories. They can repeat back sentences and they can understand feelings such as cold, tired, hungry, that sort of stuff. Now, I've gone through that really quickly. We've got a whole session on that if you want to listen to another one of our sessions. But today what we're talking about is when you need to seek professional help. For development issues, if your child cannot climb on a playground. Now this isn't if they've never seen a playground before and they go there for the first time. I'm talking about they've been to the playground for weeks and weeks and they still can't climb. They can't throw, kick or catch a ball. They're unable to walk up and down stairs 1 foot at a time. When they're running, their arms are all over the place and they can't hold a pencil. Especially if they're holding a pencil, let me just get one. If they're holding a pencil like this, even though they've been continually shown how to hold it in the fine motor movement way. So not like this, but like this. Now it will be tricky for them to learn to hold it like that, but it's really a combination of things. So if they are still holding it with a fist, they can't climb up the playground, they can't stand on 1 foot, then those 3 or 4 things together means that it's a time for you to go and seek professional help. If they're not communicating with you, now that could mean that they only have about 50 words that they can understand, that they're not talking in short sentences rather than just a couple of words. If they're confused by what you're telling them, if they don't want to listen to what you're saying at all, or if they really just can't produce most of the sounds, or all the sounds that they should be able to produce, but most of the sounds that you would hear around. Even just things like woofing like a dog, or they're not turning when they hear a sound. These are the times that you really need to seek medical advice. If they don't want to feed themselves, they've got no interest in feeding themselves, they want you to do it all the time. If they can't dress themselves, now obviously you need to teach them how to do some of these things, but if they're really, really struggling with how to do it, if they can't cross that midline, they don't understand who they are, they don't have a sense that they're a person in the family and there are other people in the family. These sorts of things are the social issues that you need to look for. And again, if there's only one thing, like they can't brush their teeth but they can do everything else and everything else is normal, then that's okay. It might be just a skill that they're having a little bit of trouble with. Intellectual skills. They need to be able to follow 3-step instructions. Go to the fridge, get a drink of milk and bring it to me. Or get the bottle of milk and bring it to me. So that's 3 instructions. Go to the fridge, get the milk, bring it to me. And they need to be able to follow those 3-step instructions. And again, if they've done it for the first time and they can't do it, that's okay. They need to learn, and that means they need that repetition. And if they don't get that repetition, they'll never learn. So remember that all these skills that I'm talking about, they need to have done by the time they reach their 4th birthday. These are things that they have to have had exposure to as well, and the opportunity to be able to repeat it lots and lots of times so that they can learn it. Maybe they don't have a range of interests. They're just honed in on one thing only, and they only will play with that one thing, and they will only play in that one way. These sorts of things are things that you might think are just not quite right. So the thing to do is to go to your GP. Your GP has seen thousands of children. They will be able to say to you, you're all good. It's okay, they'll get there. And as I've said before, I had a friend whose son was 15 months before he started walking. Now they were starting to get worried. Really worried, because he was 15 months and that's really quite old before they can start to walk, and they were wondering if there was some muscle problem or some developmental delay or something like that. But no, he was just lazy, and he still is lazy, but he was also checking out what was happening all around him. And it was really funny, within 1 month he crawled and stood up and walked, and he was running around with all the other kids within a couple of months. So sometimes it's just that they're developing other things, and they aren't going to develop all at the same time in the same way as everyone else. So your GP is someone who can really, really help you with making those decisions as to whether you need external help or not. Some of the professionals that you might become involved in is an occupational therapist, a speech therapist, a physiotherapist, a psychologist. These are people who are professionals who really can help you in different aspects of your child's development. Thank you for listening. It's been wonderful having a chat about this. Remember, early intervention is really, really important, and don't worry too much. But if you are worried, then that probably means that you need to seek medical and professional advice to make sure that your child's tracking correctly and developing in the right ways.
Thank you for watching Modern Successful Parenting. All advice and information given during this course is designed for general use only. If you have any concerns for your child, please seek professional advice as soon as possible. For terms and conditions, see website www.modernsuccessfulparenting.com.au. Thank you.